Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to today's video. Today we're going to be watching and reacting to House of the Dragon, Season 1, Episode 3. This is a show from Max in the Game of Thrones universe. I'm looking forward to it. I've been enjoying this show thus far. You know, we're barely into it, but there's already been incredible drama. I always try to listen, but hopefully I won't miss any of the easy to pick up lines and stuff like I did last episode. It was honestly a little embarrassing, but yeah, we will jump into it and see what the show's got to offer. House of the Dragon. Oh man. Well, he didn't get saved there. Bummer.
2 years old and already our boy has a kingly presence.
He may yet, brother, but this morning he insisted on eating porridge with his hands.
He will grow. We're quite a party assembled in his honor. And surely by the end of this hunt, we shall have more to celebrate.
And what is that, pray tell?
It is Aegon's second name day. His infancy is behind him. It only remains for Viserys to name him heir to the throne.
I wouldn't be so sure.
He's the king's...
Wow, this show is escalating quickly. So now it's been 2 years. So first, episode 1 to episode 2 was 6 months. And now we've had an additional 2 years. Is that correct? Am I understanding that correctly? I'm trying not to miss on that, you know? I mean, he's got a 2-year-old he's holding, so... I don't know. This is progressing rather quickly.
Perhaps the hunt could be fun.
Is it the King's command?
Yes, but
Then at once, Your Grace.
but it needn't be. None of it needs be this way in truth, Rhaenyra.
Well, that sucks. It is kind of awkward, you know. Her best friend is now her mother, stepmother. But, I don't know. I don't know. That's tough. It's tough. It's been multiple years, though. Multiple years. Makes me wonder what happened in between then and now, you know? She still feels this way 2 years later. That's too bad. I mean, she has every right to be upset, but 2 years is kind of a long time to hold a grudge, you know? I don't know. Alright, Gus, you'd better have drank something. I said I don't know.
Was your own second name day as grand as this?
I honestly don't recall, and neither will Aegon.
Lord Jason Lannister.
Gathered that from all the lions.
I don't think we've been properly introduced.
You're of age, Rhaenyra. Jason Lannister is an excellent match.
He's arrogant and so serious.
Well, I thought you might have that in common.
Yeah.
Since you came of age, I've been slowly drowning in a lake of parchment flung from every corner of the realm. Marriage proposals all. And I have tried, often, to discuss it with you. But you've refused me at every turn.
That is because I do not wish to get married.
Even I do not exist above tradition and duty, Rhaenyra!
Excuse me, Your Grace.
Awkward. Little family fight right here in front of everybody. Oh, man. Yeah, the importance of marriage and tradition and all of that. I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think she necessarily needs to get married, but it is very traditional to get married and, you know, have family and continue the bloodline and all of that. So I can understand both arguments. I feel like But I mean, I am married myself, so it's not, you know, I'm definitely not against it, but it is different, you know. It's not something you should take on lightly, for sure.
If you were to name young Aegon heir, Your Grace.
And when would I be doing that?
I had assumed, as he's your firstborn son, many of us had assumed...
Many of us, you say? Have your bannermen questioned my choice of heir?
Of course not, Your Grace.
It is your sworn duty to report rebellion stirring in my kingdom.
Rebellion? There has been nothing of the sort, Your Grace.
I did not decide to name Rhaenyra my heir on a whim. All the lords of the kingdom would do well to remember that. Thank you.
Yeah, that was good. It was good. I think he might be a little drunk, but still made some good points. You know, he didn't just come up with this heir out of nowhere. I think it's great to leave Rhaenyra as heir to the throne, or Rhaenyra. I'm sorry. I apologize. But I think that's great. I think she'd do a good job. I really do. Even with their differences, I like that he's sticking with his daughter. You know, he named her heir, and he's not planning to change that. That's good.
What do you make of Lord Jason's proposal?
That man's pride has pride.
Closer to home.
Who do you have in mind?
Prince Aegon.
The boy just turned 2, Otto.
Yes, but it would cease the endless proposals for Rhaenyra's hand. Betroth them.
I came here to hunt.
Oh man. Yeah, that would be closer to home for sure, but I agree with the king. That's laughable. It's laughable. I don't think that's necessary.
Not to be suffocated by all this fucking politicking.
Let us speak no more of it.
Wow. It's one strong boar. Jeez. Wild boar. Gotta be careful with those. Hey, that's how King Robert died. I mean, obviously he was drunk, but the wild boar. Gross. Probably would have been better if he slit his throat rather than just stabbing his side, but I guess that works too.
What if I was wrong?
So, to back up a little bit, it's a shame he seems to be having second thoughts about Rhaenyra naming his heir. I don't think he was wrong to do that. Sorry, my cat's peeing all over the place. She's trying to be in the box, but yeah. Anyways, I don't think he was wrong to do that. I still think she's a better option than some 2-year-old. Obviously, the 2-year-old's going to grow up, right? You know, so I can kind of understand where he's coming from. He didn't think he'd get remarried. He didn't think he'd have a son. But I still want to see Rhaenyra as queen, personally. I want to see that happen. But we'll have to wait and see. I mean, heck, this show's progressing so quickly. It's been years, so we might be able to get to see that this season.
Yeah!
It's interesting that they're talking about the hunt, you know, and then the king kills the deer. It's funny to me because he didn't do any of the tracking, you know, he didn't do any of the hunting, and maybe that's the custom, you know, but it is interesting too, killing an animal. Like I eat meat. I understand those who don't. I think that's fair for those that have become vegetarians and things of that nature, because it is an unfortunate part of eating meat is the killing of the animal. I've assisted with killing hogs, chickens, of course, and things of that nature, but you know, the actual part of them dying it's not fun. It's a necessary evil, I guess, in some ways, if you plan to eat it, you know. But I definitely disagree with, you know, killing just for sport, you know. If you're gonna kill an animal, you really need to consume it. And I'm talking, you know, like deer and pigs and stuff of that nature. Like I would never want to eat a cat or a dog, for one. You know, it's hard too though, because some other folks, like I saw a video recently of a guy that his chicken died, and he had a rescue chicken and stuff, and you know, so any animal has a personality, you know, if you get to know them. So anyways, getting off topic here, sorry. I gotta dig the music. The music is so good.
That he is heir to the throne is to assail the laws of gods and men. The road ahead is uncertain, but the end is clear. Aegon will be king. You must guide Viserys towards reason. He'll never find it on his own.
Well, that's interesting. It's interesting because I don't know. Like, I realize tradition and the whole fact that the men are kings and that's carried on. I don't know. I still feel like Rhaenyra would be a better leader. But, you know, it's hard to say that now because we don't know how the 2-year-old's are going to grow up. But I feel like going back on your promise, making someone heir, and then changing your mind, I feel like that's kind of slap in the face to your own daughter. But I don't know what's going to happen. I still think Rhaenyra ought to be the queen. I think that would make for the better show, to be honest.
Then I pose a simpler question. Is it better for the realm if the crab feeder thrives, or is vanquished?
Make haste.
Yeah, that's a fair question. Fair question indeed. I think, I mean, they've been thriving all this time. It might be good for the king to step in and make some sort of decision to assist. That might end up being a good thing, you know? I don't know. It does appear though that he's weak to some degree. But you know, it's a plea for help. So I think he should help his brother out.
If it was for advantage, you would have wed Lena Velaryon.
That is true enough. You must marry. Strengthen your own claim. Shore up your succession. Multiply. As to your match, make it yourself. Search him out. Find one that pleases you, as I did.
I think that's fair. You know, she's still got to marry, but she gets to have it be her decision who it is. I think that's fair. That's what he did. you know? He knew he had to get remarried, but he chose who he decided to. You know, he found someone he liked. And he's still not saying that he's not giving her the throne, you know? She's still the heir at this point. He hasn't made any decisions about that. It's obviously really on his mind, and it's bugging him to some degree as well. The fact that, I'm sure it's on his mind, not his own, but then the fact that every single person, anytime they talk to him, including his wife, is talking about Rhaenyra, the throne, you know, the heir. I mean, it is important stuff, but holy cow, that would be annoying, you know? And it's probably been going on ever since he had the kids, so for at least 2 years, he's been dealing with these people just going crazy. Shit. I thought he brought good news. Apparently he must really hate his brother. Jeez. I thought it was good news. What did he say in the letter? I mean, I know he was bringing aid, but jeez. So he goes on a suicide mission instead of waiting for his brother's help because he's that arrogant and that prideful that he can't accept his brother's help. I realize there is the frustration of time. It's been 3 years, 2 or 3 years since you started this war, and your brother has done nothing to help. So I understand that, but you don't just kill his person bringing the letter. You know, you don't kill him and then go on a suicide mission. What are you doing, Daemon? You nuts. You're nuts. And a white flag? You're retreating? Or is this a play? Are you pretending? Like, is it just to lure them out? Is that the idea? Like, surely you wouldn't give up knowing that you've got 3,000 soldiers coming. So I don't understand why it took him 3 years to do this. You know, if he was going to go with the suicide mission anyways, why not just do this 3 years ago? Why wait? You know, why prolong the war so much? And then as soon as your brother says he's going to help you, you're like, I'll just do it on my own. Good luck, Daemon. Yeah. Hey guys, look, he took an arrow to the knee. But I don't know what he expected to happen. You know, this is the definition of YOLO. You know, it is funny. It's cool. You know, he's taking people out, but why not wait for your brother's help? Like, his pride must be out the wazoo to just turn down the assistance and do this instead. Damn. All right then. That was pretty cool battle there at the end. I didn't have much to say. I was just taking it all in. A lot of blood, but a lot of good fighting. That was pretty cool. Yeah, I enjoyed that. Another good episode of House of the Dragon. I'm going to watch the behind the scenes and the credits and all that, and then if there is anything of interest that I react to, I'll leave that in. Otherwise, I will see you guys in just a bit with my wrapping up my thoughts. Alright, you've made it to the end of the video. I do have some things to wrap up on that I want to mention. So, they're mainly about Daemon. I thought it was a good episode. I did enjoy that. The thing I wanted to mention first off with Daemon, I can understand a little bit more about why he didn't want the king's help, his brother's help, because he was supposed to be the heir to the throne, and his brother gave it away to his daughter and took it away from him. So I kind of rethinking through what I said and rewatching the episode, it makes a lot more sense that he was just he just went out there and did it on his own. He didn't want his brother's help. And I think a large part of that is just because of the history they have, He wasn't going to rely on his brother because, his brother screwed him out of the throne, So I think that had a lot to do with it as well. And then the other major thing that I mentioned is, they mentioned at the end, I said it, and then they said it at the end, that he basically went on a suicide mission. So what I'm not understanding is, why didn't he die? I was half expecting him not to make it, partly due to the history with Game of Thrones and how even main characters don't necessarily make it in Game of Thrones. And I was kind of half expecting that to be the case with this, and it just wasn't. It was almost like he was untouchable, like nobody could hurt him. Obviously he did get injured. He got shot with a couple arrows, but he came out on top and he was able to kill the Crab King. I also understand the fact that it took 3 years for this to happen, so it wasn't like an overnight thing. But still, the fact that he came out alive at all makes me wonder how they're going to take the show. Now, we're only on episode 3, so I don't want to unfairly judge the show ahead of time. But let's be honest, if this was Game of Thrones, he would have died, right? You know what I mean? It's just... But I also don't understand, because I haven't seen the rest of the season, I don't understand how big of a main character he is. So maybe it would have been such a loss for the show that he had to come out on top. That there had to be a victory. Maybe he's a huge part of the show. He has been up to this point. He's been in every episode. He's been a major character. Rhaenyra really likes her uncle, or at least used to. I don't think she necessarily hates him now, but they have a history of, liking each other and getting along, and obviously I feel like Rhaenyra's the main character, and maybe I'm wrong. That's just my personal take on it. That's the way it feels with the way the show is. Everything's kind of focused around Rhaenyra becoming the queen, and now she maybe won't become the queen. It's kind of, but it's still, that's the major focus of the show. It's the House of the Dragon, but so it's about their house, but it's still very focused. Obviously it's focused on them because it's their house, but I'm not sure where we're going, and I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I'm just saying that as a naive viewer, I don't really know what outcome they're looking to get out of this season. It is also the first season. I'm not saying anything in a bad way. I'm enjoying it quite a lot. I am enjoying watching this. I'm getting, it's fun and enjoyable, but nothing too shocking has happened, really. Nothing unexpected, but it's still a decent show so far. I'm excited to see more of it and see where they take it, but yeah, I'm just not really sure yet, where they're heading with it or what I should be expecting from episode to episode. And that's okay. I think that's okay. But also, I do want to mention the music. And obviously they're using some of Game of Thrones music, but the music is hitting home. I really like the music. I think they're doing a really good job with that. The music is pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. I know this was a little bit of a shorter episode. I didn't have a ton of reactions or things that I, heavily reacted to. I did enjoy it still, but, I didn't have as much to say. I don't want to ramble on too long at the end because, I don't want to just ramble. But hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Let me know in the comments if you're watching these and what you think of the show. I'd love to hear from you. Do you guys like House of the Dragons, or are you more like, it's okay, not really your thing? I'd love to know. I don't know how popular this show is. I've not really looked up statistics and stuff. I mean, it must be decent enough that HBO went ahead and did a second season as well. I would assume that there's a third season, but I don't know. The second one, I think, just came out relatively recently. So, yeah, let me know what you guys are up to. Hopefully you have a good month, and I'll see you again next week. Thanks for watching. Bye!